Welcome to the Nurses Break Room. It's not a place we get to visit very often in real life, but you're always welcome to come and recharge here. And while you're at it, head to selfcareisn'tselfish.com and grab your free copy of my book, Self-Care Isn't Selfish, The Compassionate Nurse's Step-by-Step Guide to Personalized Stress Relief. It's packed with simple, effective strategies to help you prioritize your needs without guilt so you can feel energized, focused, and ready to take on the day. Grab yours at selfcareisn'tselfish.com. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Nurses Break Room with Jenny Lytle, RN. Today, we're talking about something that shows up for a lot of people this time of year, grief during the holidays. The holiday season has a way of really amplifying everything we feel. Joy feels brighter, but sadness and loneliness and longing can feel heavier too. And if you're grieving a person, a relationship, a season of life, it's totally normal for it to hit differently right now, especially if you're someone who's kind of prone to some seasonal depression anyway. And this isn't about fixing grief. It's about meeting yourself with compassion while moving through the season. Now, first, you're allowed to feel whatever comes up. You don't have to push yourself to be cheerful or pretend that everything's fine. Grief is not a sign that you're weak or that you're doing the holidays wrong. It's a sign that you love deeply and that you feel deeply. Let those feelings rise and fall without judging them. Some moments may be harder, and others might surprise you with a little peace or even joy, and all of that is okay. Honor your loved one in your own way. For many, it helps to find small ways to bring your person or your people into the season. And maybe that's by making one of their favorite recipes, or putting out a photo that makes you smile, sharing stories about them when you're gathering with others, keeping a special tradition or starting a new one that feels right, lighting a candle just for them. And these simple rituals can give your heart a place to be able to really celebrate that person and to hold the joy that you had with them, or maybe the complicated feelings that you had with them, with whatever you're currently feeling. And stay connected instead of isolating. Grief can make us want to pull back, but connection is one of the most healing things that we can offer ourselves. And that involves reaching out to someone safe, whether that's a friend, a coworker, another family member, another caregiver who gets it. If the heaviness becomes too much to carry alone, reaching out to a grief support group or a therapist is a strong and compassionate next step. And again, it's not a sign of weakness. And many communities, I know ours does, offers a Blue Christmas, or some offer like longest night services, where people gather specifically to honor both the sadness and the hope of the season. And those things don't have to be completely separate. And these spaces can be really comforting. I went to my first one shortly after the loss of my mom, and it's incredible how comforting it can be. And it's something that, honestly, I enjoy going to year after year, because there's always something that comes up at Christmas time when you've lost loved ones, whether it's recent or several years ago. And we've lost my mom, we've lost both of my husband's parents, and recently we lost a daughter-in-law. And it's just a beautiful way to be able to go and feel whatever you feel. And if you're somebody who is a believer, believe that God is there and God is still good, even in the midst of our pain. Talking to them, if it helps. Sometimes it just feels good to sit and talk to the person that you're missing. And you can do that out loud or quietly in your mind or write them a letter or just journal some of those things. You can journal about what you wish you could say or what you're learning in this new chapter. Maybe it's, telling them exciting new things are happening. Maybe it's reflecting on some things in the past. Maybe it's moving through some of the things that you have regrets about. There's no wrong way to stay connected. And take care of your body while your heart is healing, because grief is exhausting, physically and emotionally. And a few basics can really go a long way. Things like prioritizing sleep, eating regularly, and thinking about what you're fueling your body with. It can be easy to default to things like carbs and, empty calories, sugary kind of things, and caffeine. And I'm not saying you have to completely eliminate those, but, focus on things that are really going to fuel you on a cellular level, things that are good for you, because they may not give you that warm, fuzzy feeling in the moment, but they are going to go a long way to helping you heal, body, mind, and spirit. Moving gently, so stretching, breathing, short walks, and staying hydrated. And none of this has to be perfect. Just think of being kind to yourself and compassionate to yourself. Think of the things that you would recommend to a friend who is going through a hard time. Because usually we know the things that are helpful and are harmful, but we don't always take that advice for ourselves. And give yourself permission around traditions. You get to decide what holidays look like this year. If decorating brings you comfort, then decorate. And if it feels like too much, keep it simple. If you want to go to the party, go. If you need a quiet night at home, honor that. Release the shoulds. Do what feels manageable and supportive. If you're grieving this season, I hope you feel a little less alone right now. Your loss matters. Your feelings make sense, and you deserve compassion, especially from yourself. The holidays can hold both the pain and the joy. One doesn't have to cancel out the other. Until next time, remember, self-care isn't selfish. It's essential if we want to continue to care for others and live our best lives. Have a great week. Disclaimer. Although I am a registered nurse, the medical and health information contained in this podcast is provided for general information and educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional advice. Therefore, before taking any actions based upon such information, I encourage you to consult with appropriate professionals. I do not provide any specific medical or health advice, and the use of or reliance on any information contained in this podcast is solely at your own risk.